Hello students. So today children, in today's session we will study figures of speech. So what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is ornamental use of words. It is used to increase the effectiveness of words in a sentence. For example, if we say there are 4 pillars in this building, the word pillars is used in its ordinary sense. But when we say failure is a pillar of success, the word pillar is used in figurative sense, right? So here are some simple illustrations of the important figures of speech commonly used. So today let us try to cover as many as we can in a time of 10 to 12 minutes, okay? And we will continue this session till the end of this topic. Fine, so we will begin with the first figure of speech, which is simile. Now what is simile? It is a figure of comparison in which two dissimilar things are compared explicitly for a point of similarity. The simile is usually introduced by such words as like, as, such as, just as. Fine. So the first one is, he ran like a hare down the street. So what is compared with what? So the pronoun he is compared to the hare, to a hare. What is a hare? It is a forest rabbit which is grey in color and not white. Fine. So how did he run like a hare? So he is compared to hare. Okay. And what is the word that denotes that it is an example of simile? The word like. Fine. So hence it is a simile. Now talking about the second. Errors like straws upon the surface floor. So what are errors like? Errors are like straws. Fine. So we can see how it is compared with the word like. Errors are compared with straws with the word like. Hence it is a simile. She sways like a flower in the wind of the music. What is she compared with? She is compared with a flower. Okay, with the word like. Hence it is a simile. Your face is as a book where man can read strange letters. How is your face? Your face is like a book. But what is used here instead of like? As. Right? As is there here also. So when we see such words and a comparison is done between two nouns here, then it becomes an example of simile. Okay? So this is an example of simile. Now let us move on towards the next figure of speech, that is metaphor. A metaphor is an implicit comparison without using words such as like, as, just as, such as. In it, the two objects are completely different. Two objects of completely different nature are identified. Now the first example. The camel is the ship of the desert. Again, let me tell you children, metaphor is again, it talks about the comparison, okay, where one noun, one thing or one object is compared with the other one. Okay, but in this case, in the case of metaphor, though comparison is made, but it is made without the words that were used in the case of simile. Which were those words? They are here in red. Like, as, just as, such as. So these words are strictly not to be used in case of metaphor. Okay. So the first example, the camel is the ship of the desert. So what is compared with what? The camel is compared to the ship. Okay. And do we see such words that are there in red? No. Without using such words or these words, the comparison has been made. Okay. So this is an example of metaphor. Now the next. Okay. The next example, let us take this one. Our eldest son is the star of the family. Okay. How is our eldest son? The eldest son is compared to the star. Okay. He is compared to the star. Fine. And are we using words which are written in red? No. Hence it is a metaphor. He has a heart of stone. How is the heart? What is compared with heart? I mean, what is heart compared with? Heart is compared with the stone without using words in red. Hence it is a metaphor. Life is a tale told by an idiot. What is a tale? It is a story. So life is compared with a story, with a tale. Okay, without using words which are written in red. Fine. So these were some examples of metaphor. Moving towards the next figure of speech, personification. In this personification, let us first read the definition. Personification. In personification, inanimate, that is lifeless objects and abstract ideas are spoken of having life and intelligence. That means all abstract things, non-living things are supposed to have life and do things like a human being does. Such sentences or such examples are the examples of personification. So let us take a look at the examples given. So the first example is, death lays its icy hand on everyone. So what is the thing which does not have life, which is abstract? You know what an abstract is. An abstract is something that you can feel but not see or touch. Fine. That is called as personification. That is called as an abstract, right? So death, we know what death is, but we cannot touch it. We cannot feel it, isn't it? We cannot see, we cannot touch it, but we know, we can feel it, isn't it? So this is something abstract. Death lays its icy hand on everyone. So death is supposed to be a living being who has the ability to lay its icy hand on everyone. Only living beings can lay their hands, isn't it? So here death is called or supposed to be a living being, and hence it is capable of laying its icy hand on everyone. Now the second example, let no ambition mock their useful toil. So what is supposed to have lifeless, what is a non-living thing or an abstract thing here in this sentence? It is ambition. It is abstract. Okay, can you see it? No. Can you touch it? No, but you can feel it. Okay, hence it is an abstract noun. So here ambition is supposed to mock. Okay, who can mock? You and I can mock, human beings can mock, but here ambition, which is an abstract thing, is supposed to have the human quality. It is personified, and hence it is said that ambition, let no ambition mock. Okay, hence this is an example of personification. Her patience to prevent their murmur, that murmur soon replies. Okay, now what is a lifeless thing? It is patience. Okay, again this is an abstract noun. Okay, so you cannot see, you cannot touch, but you can feel. This is an example of abstract noun. So here patience, though it is not seen, it is not touched, it cannot be touched. Okay, it is lifeless. Such a thing is said to reply. Who can reply? Human beings can reply, isn't it? Hence, patience here, which is an abstract thing, which is a lifeless object or lifeless thing, is supposed to do, or possess human qualities. That is, hence it is called as a personification. It is capable here, according to the author, patience has that human quality of replying. Okay, hence this is an example of personification. In the next session, children, we will continue with the remaining figures of speech. Go through this video, listen to it and try to understand. Fine, and please complete all these examples also in your notebook. See you in the next session. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.